The regions near Ukraine's border are no longer safe, especially Belgorod. Imagine a territory once considered protected now vulnerable to enemy strikes. Shockingly, even the best Russian air defense systems have been targeted. On the very same day, two of their most advanced S-400 missile systems were destroyed in a precise blow. How did Ukraine force such a profound defeat? Before unveiling the details from Belgorod, let's turn our gaze to Crimea, a place many still see as a peaceful holiday destination. But beneath its calm surface lies a brutal battlefield. Recently, Ukraine unleashed a series of devastating attacks. A prized air defense system, an S-400, was obliterated along with a MiG-31 fighter jet armed with hypersonic Kinsha missiles. This wave of assaults sends a clear message: Ukraine is preparing to reclaim Crimea entirely. The Kremlin faces a nightmare scenario, losing 3 S-400 systems and a crucial fighter jet in just days. How was the Russian military's once formidable air defense incapacitated so rapidly? Our first stop is the Crimean Peninsula. Here, the attack struck at the very heart of Russia's defensive shield. On December 18, the Belbek air base burned, a symbol of the supposed invincibility of Russia's military might reduced to rubble. Ukrainian sources reveal that this operation targeted the very eyes that watched over Crimea. Among the destroyed assets were 2 massive VHF radars, each costing around $100 million, the Nibwa SBU systems. These radars are designed to detect stealth aircraft, the ghost planes Russia claims to hunt with pride. When Ukrainian drones detected and destroyed these electronic giants, it effectively shut down Crimea's airspace monitoring capabilities. But the destruction didn't stop there. During the fierce, kinetic phase of the assault, the powerful 92N6 Gravestone fire control radar, the brain of the S-400 Triumph system, was also taken out. Without it, the entire system becomes just a pile of trucks. A single radar like this costs nearly $60 million, yet its loss renders the entire anti-aircraft battery useless. The aftermath was devastating. The attack also incapacitated the MiG-31 interceptors parked nearby. These jets, designed to carry hypersonic Kinsha missiles, are worth over $50 million apiece. With the MiG-31 damaged, Russia's ability to retaliate against Ukraine's strikes diminishes drastically. The cost? An estimated $200 million in damages just from this single operation in Crimea. But the assault on Crimea was only the beginning. Now, brace yourself. We're about to uncover how Ukraine struck simultaneously at 2 S-400 launchers deep inside Russian territory, in Belgorod. This is the shocking part, beyond the border, within the heartland of Russia itself. Moving northward along the map, we see the extent of Ukraine's reach. The Russian anti-aircraft regiment near Ryevka was utterly destroyed by Ukrainian drones. 2 S-400 missile launchers, along with their stored munitions, were obliterated in flames, evidence captured by footage showing the massive explosions and billowing smoke. This attack shatters the illusion of Russian air superiority along the border. The fact that Ukraine can hunt down and destroy the most advanced missile systems, which they invested billions in, across dozens of kilometers shows the faltering strength of Russia's defenses. Even more staggering is the failure of the S-2 Pantsir system, valued at nearly $19 million, to offer even a token defense. It was destroyed during the same strike, exposing Russia's layered air defense network as nothing more than a paper fortress. How did an advanced missile shield crumble so quickly? The answer lies in Ukrainian tactics, systematic, relentless, and precise. These strikes mark a turning point, a clear signal that Russia's aerial shield is no longer impenetrable. The chaos in the air spills over into the seas. When missile defenses falter, Russian ports and ships become easy targets. On December 18, a Russian tanker, Valery Gorchakov, was attacked in the open waters near Rostov-on-Don. Ukrainian drones plunged into the heart of Russia's energy supply chain, damaging fuel supplies crucial for military operations. Photographs confirm the tanker took a hit, beginning to sink into the black waters. This vessel was near the Novostocktonsk oil terminal when it was struck, a devastating blow to Russia's logistics. Despite attempts to block and seal the damage, rescue efforts seem absent, leaving the ship to sink amid rising fears of logistical collapse. This cascade of failures isn't just about losing equipment, it's about trust crumbling everywhere. Soldiers and sailors at Belbek and Rostov realized their defenses could be shattered in moments. The very systems meant to protect them failed, sowing chaos and fear. The psychological toll? Devastating. When troops see their most trusted missiles and ships vulnerable, morale plunges. The question lingers, can Russia rebuild this sense of security? Or have Ukraine's strikes irreparably shattered Moscow's confidence? In response, Russia has announced the deployment of the S-500 missile system, a new giant in their arsenal. Operated by the Space Forces, this system claims to target everything from fifth-generation aircraft to low-orbit satellites and intercontinental missiles. Soon, the S-500 will shoulder the burden of defending key assets. Its range, estimated at up to 600 kilometers for interceptors, promises to fill the gaps exposed by recent setbacks. But does this new system truly offer salvation? Or is it too late to stop Ukraine's rapid advances? One thing is certain, Ukraine's relentless pursuit has forced Russia onto an uncertain battlefield. Every moment, their most advanced systems are being hunted down, their defenses shrinking. The question remains, can Russia hold what's left before all collapses? In the earlier devastating blow to Russia's defenses, Ukrainian forces unleashed drones in Crimea, striking key operational elements. They targeted Russia's eyes and fists on the peninsula. A crucial technical detail emerges here. The hits included 2 Nebo SVU radars. The Nebo SVU stands out as no ordinary radar. It's a colossal very high-frequency band radar complex. Each unit costs $100 million. Now, imagine Russia's bragging about this ghost aircraft hunter. Designed to spot stealth targets. It claimed unbeatable vision. But then, Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles spotted and obliterated these massive electronic brains. Russian airspace control over Crimea plunged into total blackout. The destruction didn't stop at blinding them. In the kinetic phase of the assault, the 92N6 gravestone fire control radar took a direct hit. It's the core brain of the S-400 Triumph air defense system. Without that radar, an S-400 battery becomes a pricey heap of inert trucks. It can't engage missiles. It can't follow targets. The export price of just that radar hits $60 million. The crumbling state of Crimea air defenses lies bare. The harm to the MiG-31 jet crippled Russia's ability to launch Kinzhal missiles in retaliation against Ukraine. Picture this jet, loaded for battle, parked defenseless on the runway, smashed by drones. Plotting fresh strikes now? Illogical. Risk lingers of more drone waves, soaring casualties. Russia's loss here looms large. What vanished with the damaged MiG-31? It's among the scarce platforms for hypersonic Kinzhal weapons. It exceeds $50 million in value. Ukrainian drones ensnared this strategic prize right on the tarmac. Initial tallies peg Crimean assault losses for Russia at over $200 million. Yet the devastation spread beyond Crimea. Prepare for the most staggering revelation. Details unveil how 2 S-400 systems ignited together in Belgorod. Shifting north from Crimea into Belgorod region, Russian heartland. The Shubu operational reach terrorizes. According to Ukrainian General Staff data, the 568th Russian anti-aircraft regiment near Ryevka village fell to drones. 2 S-400 launchers guarding the border burned, missiles on board detonating in roaring flames. Video proof captures the explosive inferno. Do Russia's advanced defenses hold up? From Crimea to Belgorod, across hundreds of kilometers, Ukraine hunts them methodically. Can outdated air shields block true innovation? In the recent wave of hostilities, the attack landscape has expanded far beyond Crimea. The most startling revelations expose how Ukraine's drone units have systematically shattered Russia's frontline defenses, even in the deepest interior regions like Belgorod. Imagine this, two of Russia's most powerful air defense systems, the prized S-400s, targeted and destroyed in a matter of moments, right in the heart of their own territory. This is not a distant rumor. Video footage shows colossal explosions as ammunition detonates, flames licking the sky. It's as if Russia's shield is crumbling from within, exposing the fragile illusion of dominance along the border. How could such advanced defenses be so easily compromised? The evidence is chilling. Ukrainian UAVs, operating with pinpoint precision, decimate two high-value S-400 launchers stationed in the Belgorod region, along with their missile complexes. The fiery explosions from the ammunition reveal a harsh reality. Russia's claim to air superiority is nothing but a scripted fairy tale. Over hundreds of kilometers, from Crimea to Belgorod, Ukraine's forces expose the myth. Even a seemingly invincible S-2 system, valued at around $19 million, failed to hold its ground. It's destroyed during the attack, leaving the entire layered defense in question. How much longer can Russia cling to this illusion of control? And what does this mean for what lies beneath? The collapse of their aerial shield isn't isolated, it incites chaos across the entire military framework. When skies fall, ships are vulnerable. As the defense crumbles, Ukraine's drones do not hesitate. On the same day as Crimea's assault, the Russian tanker Valery Gorchakov sinks near Rostov, in the open waters of the Novostochtonsk terminal. The ship, carrying precious fuel supplies vital for Russia's war effort, began taking on water after a direct hit. Do you hear the muffled sounds of alarms amidst the crashing waves? Do you smell the burning oil hinting at the destruction's extent? The tanker, surrounded by barriers, is left to sink into the dark waters of the Don River, the damage irreparable. No rescue efforts are visible. Why is this significant? Because it signifies a mounting vulnerability. Russia's ports, vessels, and supply lines are no longer safe, caught in a web of relentless Ukrainian strikes. And here's the haunting question: if their own defenses are being dismantled in their own backyard, how can Russia prevent the total collapse of their strategic infrastructure? The dominoes are falling fast, and the rising chaos is deafening. The Russian tanker Valery Gorchakov was hit near Rostov and started sinking rapidly. Surrounded by barriers, the vessel was partially flooded, yet no rescue efforts were visible. Reports from sources reveal that there's no sign of anyone trying to save it. The incident happened near the Novostochtonsk oil refineries, an area already under Ukrainian threat. Suddenly, an unmanned aerial vehicle struck the ship, igniting a chain reaction. The vessel began taking on water swiftly. Photographs captured moments after the attack show the tanker severely damaged and listing dangerously. This isn't the first time. Ukrainian forces targeted this exact area just days earlier, on December 15. However, this time, they didn't just attack the ship, they directly hit the oil terminal itself. Explosions erupted roughly 850 meters away from the refinery, shaking the ground and filling the air with the smell of burning fuel. In a brutal twist, the UAV strike punctured the ship's hull, causing it to sink deeper. By morning, the stern was almost entirely submerged, leaving only the superstructure visible. No rescue boats or wreck removal crews appeared, just barriers hastily erected around the wreckage. This vessel was carrying vital fuel supplies, fueling Russia's military campaigns, fuel that sustains armies, tanks, and fighter jets. Now, that supply line is critically damaged. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, in territories Russia considers safe, places like Rostov, tankers are sinking without a fight. Their most powerful air defense systems? Blown apart by their own ammunition. Doesn't this look like chaos? A fragile domino effect is unfolding, spreading distrust among Russian pilots, sailors, and soldiers. The personnel at Belbek Air Base saw their trusted defenses fail during the attack. No missile system, no fighter jet could stop it. Even the most advanced systems, like the S-400, proved worthless against these precise UAV strikes. Russians realized that even sheltering in ports isn't safe anymore. Fear spreads like wildfire. Morale plunges. The psychological toll is staggering. When weapons run out, armies often lose the battle. when confidence and safety evaporates, the war is lost before the fight even begins. So, a critical question hangs in the air: can Russia's leadership fix this spiraling crisis? Or is this the beginning of a nation losing grip over its most vital assets, its skies, its fuel supplies, its sense of invincibility? The next moves could determine whether Russia drags itself further into chaos or finds a way to restore its battered defenses. But with each attack, the window to turn the tide narrows. Will they be able to respond before everything unravels completely? The situation is spiraling into chaos. Russia's most vital defenses are crumbling, its air, sea, and ground assets vulnerable and exposed. The question now is, can Putin protect his critical resources from the relentless Ukrainian strikes? Is the core of Russia's military strength, its fighter jets, vital oil tankers, and fuel supplies, really safe behind the battered defenses? Ukraine's strategy appears ruthlessly calculated. They are deliberately forcing Russia into a deadly dilemma. Either the Kremlin pulls back its fighter jets and missile systems from frontline positions, retreating to strategic cities and ports, or risk leaving Moscow, Rostov, and crucial logistics hubs exposed. Neither option offers safety, both are disasters waiting to happen. Every successful strike by Ukrainian forces chips away at Russia's struggling defenses, making the entire system weaker. Now, an ominous move by Moscow surfaces. The Kremlin claims its first regiment of S-500 missile systems is now operational. Operated by the nation's space forces, the S-500 Prometheus is meant to target long-range, high-altitude threats, fighter jets, low-orbit satellites, ballistic, and cruise missiles. Russian officials assert that this elite unit can strike targets near space, giving Moscow a new layer of defense. But details remain shrouded, no clear specifications have been shared, fueling speculation about its true power. The deployment of these advanced systems wasn't accidental. Reports suggest the S-500s are being tasked to safeguard vital infrastructure, like the strategic Kerch Bridge connecting Russia to Crimea over the Black Sea. Could this mean Russia is finally doubling down on its defenses? Or is it too late? Since Russia first introduced the S-400s back in 2007, its development of the S-500 launched in 2010 fueled hopes of regaining some strategic edge. Yet, critics ask, will these new systems hold back Ukraine's relentless attacks, or are they just another symbol of Russia's fading power? As Ukraine's forces continue their calculated strikes, the looming question remains, can Russia's new air shield turn the tide? Or will Ukraine's precision and daring bring Moscow's defenses to their knees? The answer could reshape the fate of this ongoing conflict, and reveal whether Russia's suffering is just beginning. Russia's S-500 missile defense system is touted as a game-changer, designed to bridge critical gaps between tactical and strategic protection. But can it truly safeguard vital assets like the Crimea Bridge, Russia's lifeline connecting the mainland to the peninsula across the Black Sea? The recent string of strikes suggests otherwise. Since the launch of the initial S-400 units in 2007, Russia has been racing to develop the S-500, starting around 2010. Official sources claim that the S-500 can target high-altitude, long-range threats, even satellites and stealth aircraft. It is said to fill the gap between existing defenses, combining cutting-edge radars with powerful missiles. The system employs either the 440 and 6M long-range surface-to-air missiles, capable of reaching up to 400 kilometers, or the 277 N6 interceptors that can strike targets approximately 600 kilometers away. The radar network integrates several advanced units, the 91 N6ES acquisition radar, the 76 T6 multi-mode combat radar, and the 77 T6 anti-ballistic missile radar. Together, they enable the detection of ballistic objects and aircraft at astonishing distances, up to 2,800 kilometers for ballistic threats. But here is the stark truth: Russia's existing air defense in Crimea and Belgorod has been shattered. The recent attacks on the Crimean Peninsula obliterated two key radars, including the 92 N6 Gravestone, the backbone of the S-400. The destruction of these systems leaves their regions exposed, even to drones. How can the heavily promoted S-500 hope to secure the same territory when the current defenses are so vulnerable? Adding to the chaos, Russian long-range bombers like the Tu-22 cubic meters have flown over the Black Sea, accompanied by fighters such as the Su-35S and Su-27. These sorties signal a shift from defensive posture toward offense, and they invite Ukraine to retaliate. With Kyiv operating advanced jets like the F-16 and multinational Mirage fighters, they pose a nightmare scenario for Russian defenses. Every new probe, every missile launched, seems to expose Russia's vulnerability. Can the S-500, with its supposedly vast range and advanced radar, truly protect strategic targets like the bridge? Or is it another illusion in a land where everything is crumbling faster than expected? The battlefield has turned into a chessboard where Russia's supremacy is increasingly questioned, and the next move could change everything. Recent events have shattered Russia's illusion of invincibility. Ukrainian forces have proven they can strike even the most protected areas with unprecedented precision. This is no ordinary conflict, it's a battle where the fate of entire military strategies hangs in the balance. But the shocking twists don't stop there. As Russian defenses crumble, what new weapons are being deployed that could alter the course of this war forever? First, let's revisit the chaos at Crimea's front lines. Belbek Air Base, once a symbol of Russia's aerial might, was reduced to smoldering ruins on December 18. Flames roared into the night sky, casting an ominous glow that seemed to expose the Kremlin's remaining illusions of invulnerability. Sources reveal that Ukrainian UAVs targeted two of Crimea's most advanced radars, massive VHF complexes costing over $100 million each. These systems were designed to detect stealth aircraft, yet they were brought to their knees in moments. Imagine the deafening silence after the explosions, metal shards flying, smoke thickening the air. The destruction of these radars, particularly the 92N6 Gravestone fire control system, rendered Russia's S-400 defenses useless. For the first time, their most sophisticated anti-air systems became nothing more than high-priced scrap. Meanwhile, a MiG-31 fighter jet, loaded with hypersonic Kinshaw missiles, was destroyed on the runway. Ukrainian drones caught it moments before deployment, a strategic blow to Russia's ability to retaliate. In total, over $200 million in losses befell Russia that day, reshaping the battlefield. But the shockwaves don't stop there. Just beyond Crimea, in the depths of Russia's interior, another catastrophe unfolded. The Belgorod region, a supposed stronghold of Russian air defenses, was blindsided by a devastating UAV assault. Two S-400 launchers, the pillars of Russia's aerial shield, were obliterated. Witnesses described massive explosions, fires lighting up the night, and the entire operation exposing a terrifying vulnerability. The destruction of these systems proves the myth of Russia's air superiority has crumbled entirely. Astonishingly, Ukraine's drones didn't limit themselves to air defenses. They struck critical logistics targets, most notably, the Russian tanker Valery Gorchakov. Situated near Rostov at the Novostochtonsk refinery, this vessel was hit, a direct blow to Russia's fuel supply. Photographs show it sinking, its hull riddled with holes, floating barriers its only defense. This attack cut off vital fuel supplies, intensifying chaos on Russia's rear lines. How could a vessel so vital to Russian logistics fall so easily? The answer lies in the collapse of security and trust within Russia's own waters. As military experts observe these relentless blows, the psychological impact is undeniable. Russian personnel at Belbek reported system failures. They trusted their defenses, yet they failed to protect them. Now, even at home, Russia's ports and bases are perceived as threats rather than safe havens. The moral fabric of the Russian military is unraveling. How can a nation fight when its own defenses betray it? In response, Russia has taken a significant step, the deployment of the S-500 Prometheus missile system. Claimed to be capable of striking targets at near space, including low Earth orbit satellites and ballistic missiles, this system aims to restore at least a semblance of air dominance. Russia's defense minister announced that this new division has entered active duty, promising a future where Moscow hopes to regain control of its skies. But can it succeed? The S-500 boasts a range of up to 600 kilometers, with long-range interceptors able to reach hypersonic speeds. Designed to fill the gap between tactical and strategic missile defense, it's a game-changer. Yet, questions remain: will this system prevent Ukraine's relentless strikes? Or is it just another piece in a crumbling fortress? As the war's intensity escalates, one thing is clear: neither side is backing down. The battlefield has entered a new era of high-stakes technological warfare, where every missile and radar counts. What's next? Will the S-500 be enough to safeguard Moscow, or will Ukraine find a way to outmaneuver even this formidable weapon? The conflict's outcome hinges on these secrets, and one thing is certain: the war's most shocking twists are still ahead. Imagine the desperation gripping Russian forces as their advanced defenses crumble under merciless attacks. In regions near Ukraine, once shielded, now lie exposed. Belgorod stands vulnerable, its air defense shattered. Two formidable S-400 systems obliterated on the same day by Ukrainian ingenuity. But delve deeper, and Crimea's turmoil emerges, more horrifying. The peninsula, once a distant resort dream, transforms into a battlefield nightmare. Picture it: an S-400 annihilated, fighter jets laden with Kinzhal missiles reduced to scorched wreckage. Ukraine's unyielding drive to reclaim Crimea flares vividly. Is Putin's Kremlin trembling from this dual blow? Nightmares stalk the halls of power: 3 S-400s lost, a MiG-31 fighter vanished in mere days. How did Russia's aerial shield disintegrate? Journey first to Crimea, where S-400 and MiG-31 faced destruction, then to Belgorod's fiery entry. On December 18, Belbek Air Base roared with flames, incinerating the myth of Kremlin's unassailable might. Per SBU sources, this strike pierced Russia's watchful eyes and powerful fists on the peninsula. Pause for a technical revelation. Targets included 2 Nibwa SVU radars, not mere scanners. Each a colossal VHF band behemoth, valued at $100 million, engineered to snare stealth foes, dubbed ghost hunters. Ukrainian drones erupted this electronic fortress. Crimea's airspace plunged into blindness. Yet, the assault escalated. The kinetic onslaught obliterated the 92 N6 Gravestone radar, the S-400's command core. Lacking it, a battery morphs into costly scrap, unable to engage missiles or pursue prey. That radar's export price? Roughly $60 million. Now, grasp Russia's exposed Crimea defense. Damage to the MiG-31? It silenced responses: no Kinzhal launch is possible, stalling reprisals. A combat-ready jet, felled on the tarmac, signals futility amid drone swarms and escalating carnage. What vanished with it? A scarce platform for Kinzhal armaments, worth over $50 million. Drones seized this gem at its most unguarded. Crimea damage tallies beyond $200 million. Attacks rippled outward. Brace for the crescendo. Belgorod unveils the operation's chilling radius. Venturing north to Russia's depths, the SBU's grasp terrifies. Per Ukrainian staff data, the 568th Anti-Aircraft Regiment near Ryevka fell to drones. 2 S-400 launchers, guarding borders with munitions, ignited in raging blasts. Videos show ammunition fury. This demise lays bare Russia's faltering aerial dominance near Ukraine, a hollow tale. Ukraine hunts elite defenses systematically, from Crimea to Belgorod, along vast kilometers. Proof emerges: air defense falters for Russia. Even a $19 million Panzer S-2 system crumbled futilely in Belbek, underscoring layered doctrine's fieldwork failure. A pause beckons. As skies fall silent for Russia, how did this vulnerability sink ships? Collapsed air cover exposes harbors and vessels. Witness the Russian tanker debacle on December 18, the day of Crimea's storm. Drones pierced Novorossiysk's oily heart, the port's lifeline. Valery Gorchakov, laden with fuel for Don and Rostov, succumbed. Barriers encircle the listing hull, no rescue stirs, per Astra. Amid Novorossiysk terminal assaults, a drone struck her, sparking floods. Post-attack images depict her stern submerged to the superstructure. No salvage signs near Gorchakov, swift barriers sealed her fate. Fueled by army vein essentials, Russia's logistics bled out. Reflect. Tankers sinking in claimed safe waters like Rostov, S-400 self-immolating. Chaos engulfs Russia? Ripples transcend gear loss, distrust infects sailors and pilots. Belbek survivors witnessed trusted Panzer and S-400 failures. Rostov ports morphed into traps. Psychological fractures incite defiance, crushing morale. Armies crumble not from empty arsenals, but vanished safety. Russian forces now haunt bases in paranoia. Can Russia salvage this? Shield vital assets from drones, S-400s, jets, tankers, fuel? Ukraine's blueprint traps Russia. Defend fronts, abandon cities, shield cities, forsake lines. Disaster looms either way. SBU blows shrink the cover blanket further. Exposed flanks multiply. Yet, Kremlin grasps for solace. S-500 regiment activates. Operated by space forces, it quells high-altitude threats, 5th-gen aircraft, satellites, missiles. Minister Belousov declared 1st Regiment live, frappability reaching near space. Gerasimov confirmed full operation in January. Media spotted S-500s guarding Kerch Bridge. Hope shines. Post-2007 S-400 debut, S-500 development launched in 2010. Filling tactical strategic voids, pairing with defenses. Employing 40 N-6M missiles for 400-kilometer reach or 77 N-6 SINs for 600. Radar blends long-range and guidance. As skies darken, one side emulates nuclear despair, the other innovates. Aircraft deliveries bolster Ukrainian lines. Manufactured in UK factories, these beasts resupply front lines critically. Future waves incoming. Ukrainian forces wielded them since 2023. Kremlin spins S-400 and MiG-31 Kinzhal slaughters as trivial, yet Russia's resource bleed outnumbers propaganda. Enter the Ultra. Spanned at 10 meters, engineered for cargo and logistics. Hauls 150 kilograms beyond 1,000 kilometers. Adaptive upgrades imminent, soon 200 kilograms to 2,000 kilometers. Aluminum frame, stark design, curbs costs, enables field men's. Dual engines, redundant controls, fortify against failures and foes. GPS antennae abound, but jamming plagues Ukraine, hence interference-shielded backups. Core prowess? Cargo hold. Beyond basics, it totes reconnaissance gear, precision drops bounty. Frontline units gain logistical superiority over many fixed-wing rivals. Swift load-unload, modular floor recodes for tasks. Windracers churns 10 Ultras monthly, doubling in 2 years. Clarity cuts sharp. Russia clings to nukes alone. Ukraine harnesses tech to reclaim Crimea. Drone dominance could bleed Russia dry. No realm endures perpetual resource hemorrhages, least of all Russia. Ever wondered if a simple drone could shatter an empire's might? Picture the Ultra unfurling its wings. What if this unassuming flyer tipped the war's balance? Previously, we explored aircraft bolstering Ukrainian resupply, fueling front lines against odds. Building on that, delve into the Ultra's ascent. Its 10-meter span, forged for cargo quests. Feel the aluminum chill under technicians' grips, echoes of engines idling. Did it birth from visionary need? Designed to ferry logistics afar, it shoulders up to 150 kilograms over 1,000 kilometers. Operational demands stir upgrades, soon, 200 kilograms traverse 2,000 kilometers. Simplicity reigns, aluminum bones, patched in muddy fields, keeping costs stingingly low. Dual hearts pump power, redundant systems laugh off threats. GPS whispers guidance, but Ukraine's electromagnetic storms howl? Shielded antennae defy the gale. Its jewel? The cargo womb. Smell the packaged rations mingling with grease, tactile clicks of equipment stowing. Beyond mere supplies, reconnaissance eyes peer out, precision airdrops thud softly to earth. Ukrainian units unclench fists, grabbing broader options than rival fixed-wing foes. Rapid sprints to unload, modular floors twist for missions anew. Wind Racers crafts 10 monthly, soaring to 20 in 2 years. Sense the imbalance? Russia tautens nuclear strings, Ukraine dances with disruptive tech for Crimea's liberation. Drone strategies erode Moscow's endurance. Who tolerates endless losses, especially a behemoth like Russia? Why halt here? The twist lingers, as drones multiply, can Russia's veil of power truly endure? Ukraine's recent precision strikes targeting multiple advanced defenses and strategic aircraft could seem minor headlines in Kremlin-controlled media. Yet, behind the scenes, these attacks are causing a rapid drain on Russia's war reserves. The more Moscow's powerful systems are destroyed, the more the tide turns. Could this be the turning point that shifts the entire conflict? Will Putin cling to his last defenses, or is Ukraine about to force a decisive peace? The future hangs in the balance, and every move could change everything.